And I wanted to see, oh, great. Thanks, Christy, for doing that. So we're recording this session as well, as you guys remember from last week. There's some people who can't make this time slot. We send around the recording. And then also if you're, since you're registered now, you'll also get the link. So if you want to replay throughout the week and listen to the meditation, can. So what I was hoping to do for the first just couple of seconds, actually, and I see we're all off video, is just if people are open to it, just come on video for a second, just to greet everyone who's come to practice today. And since we're doing this in a virtual community, hi.
Sorry, I just wanted to let you know that I won't be able.
Just a kind of silent greeting with the eyes, wave or gentle smile, to kind of acknowledge everyone's presence here today. So this is very much an individual practice. At the same time, by practicing together, we're really supporting and reinforcing each other's practice. So just taking a moment to acknowledge that too. And then feel free to practice however you'd like as we get into the meditation. If you'd rather be off video, that's fine. If you want to stay on, whatever you kind of feel called to do today. It's your choice. Great. So there's been a couple of questions that have actually come through from the first week, right? So for those of you who were with us last week on Tuesday for the start, we really kind of anchored on the awareness of breath meditation, really kind of delved into that as a deep dive. And there's been a few kind of things that have come back, and something that often I think sits in a lot of people's minds is, how do I know if I'm doing this practice correctly? And so I'll offer just two things as we get into it today. And so there's kind of two foundational elements to answer that question. So the first one is you have to practice, right? So it's showing up. If you're not actually practicing, it's just that you're not actually practicing. So the showing up piece is the key one. And then the second is, and this is kind of maybe, yeah, I think the essence in many ways of a mindfulness practice, is a willingness to be with whatever's here. Right? And we learn over time to meet what is coming our way with a sense of compassion and warmth, maybe curiosity, really just being able to hold all of that in our awareness without judgment, without condemnation or criticism. So no matter how many times your mind wanders in this practice, whether you like it or not, or you're enjoying yourself or not, it's kind of neither here nor there. It's just coming back to, am I open to receiving and attuning to whatever's here? And that's kind of a marker, I would say, of whether you feel like you're kind of doing this correctly or not. So for today, I'm hoping to get a bit into the body. Don't know how that lands, good or bad. And the kind of primer I would say on the body and getting into the body is that as a culture, right, we are so completely preoccupied with the appearance of our own body, and yet at the same time, often very out of touch with it, right? So we often spend a lot of time criticizing our bodies, passing judgments on our bodies, feeling bad about our bodies because of the way they look or don't look, or conform or don't conform. And so the real kind of value, and I think gift in this practice, is to go from the thinking about the body to being in the body, right? It's really powerful, powerful shift that sometimes we can spend our whole lives and not actually ever know what it feels like to really kind of inhabit the body. So depending on where you are today, if you've come with a particular intention, that's wonderful. Take a moment to close your eyes or drop your gaze and connect with that. And I'll also offer us a group intention on this theme. So if you want to pick up with this, put it out there. But that's to really be in the body, to inhabit the body, and to come home to the body. And we'll start the practice by just noticing where you feel the breath most prominently in the body. So maybe that's in the nostrils or the back of the throat, maybe into the chest, lungs. Maybe you feel the breath deep in the belly. So wherever it is for you, just allowing your awareness to gently rest in that part. And if the mind feels distracted or busy, just see if you can follow just one single breath from the inhale, noticing the rise in the body, and the exhale as it exits. And we'll start with a poem today, and it's called The Cure for It All by Julia Fehrenbacher. Go gently today, don't hurry, or think about the next thing. Walk with the quiet trees. Can you believe how brave they are, how kind? Model your life after theirs. Blow kisses at yourself in the mirror, especially when you think you've messed up. Forgive yourself for not meeting your unreasonable expectations. You're human, don't be so arrogant. Praise fresh air, clean water, good dogs. Spin something from joy. Open a window, even if it's cold outside. Sit, close your eyes, breathe. Allow the river of it all to pulse through eyelashes, fingertips, bare toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe until you feel your bigness, until the sun rises in your veins. Breathe until you stop needing anything to be different. Now you can bring your awareness to your sit bones, buttocks, part of your seat that's touching whatever inanimate object you're sitting on today, whether it's a chair, cushion, or block. Just feeling for the sensations that are here as your flesh presses against something else. smooth or hard. You feel a sense of pressure building. Next, you can bring your awareness up into your face and your head, relaxing the tongue and the mouth, loosening the eyes and the eye sockets, gently unclenching the jaw. Allowing the entire face to soften with each breath. Next, you can direct your awareness to the shoulders. Feeling for any tension, tightening, any strain. You can relax and soften the shoulders from the inside out. Just giving them permission to let go of whatever they're holding. Next, you can move your awareness into the hands. Your hands often carry a lot of tingling, pulsing. It's often a deep sense of aliveness in the hands. Just noticing whatever you notice, whatever's present right now. And if your hands are palms down on your legs, maybe experiment with gesturing them upwards, palms to the sky. Really with that attitude of openness and receptivity to whatever's here. Maybe you start to notice over time that the sensations in the hands are constantly changing. So what might have appeared a few seconds prior has shifted and morphed into something else. Maybe you can't feel the hands at all. And just noticing what absence of sensation feels like. If you're harboring any judgments toward yourself, for not being able to feel any strong sensations. Next, you can gather all your awareness and bring it to the feet. Feeling into the very tips of the toes. Seeing if you can feel the blood flowing deep into the feet. Maybe taking a moment to acknowledge everything our feet do for us, moving us around, walking, running, jumping. The mind wanders off to some thought, past or future. Just gently inviting it back into the feet. With a sense of curiosity around what's sitting here. What can I feel into? Next, you can move your awareness into the heart space. Noticing the emotions that are sitting here right now. Maybe there's anger, frustration, irritation, sense of peace or calm, maybe a bit of boredom, joy, grief or sorrow. And just breathing into all of it with the fullness of your breath and saying yes to whatever's here. Noticing what it feels like to fully commit to being with whatever's here. Noticing how feelings, sensations rise and fall just like the breath. So this is from Full Catastrophe Living. Any deep feelings of this kind that you might have about your body can't change until the way you actually experience your body changes. These feelings stem from a restricted way of looking at your body in the first place. Our thoughts about our body can limit drastically the range of feelings we allow ourselves to experience. When we put energy into actually experiencing our body, and we refuse to get caught up in the overlay of judgment and thinking about it, our whole view of it and of ourselves and our lives can change dramatically. And see if for the last minute or two of the session, just fully commit to being with the sensations in the body, wherever you notice them, and gently letting go of any thoughts that come and go, any thinking about the body, and just release that. Just opening your eyes when you feel ready.